Your Excellency, I present the Honourable Anthony Albanese to be sworn into the office of Prime Minister.
Mr Albanese, I invite you to take and subscribe the affirmation of office as Prime Minister of Australia.
I, Anthony Norman Albanese, do solemnly and sincerely affirm and declare that I will well and truly serve the Commonwealth of Australia, her land and her people in the office of Prime Minister. Your Excellency.
I now invite the Prime Minister to present his ministers to the Governor-General.
Your Excellency, I am pleased to present new members of the Ministry. Your Excellency, I now present the Honourable Richard Marles MP as Minister for Employment and to also be known as the Deputy Prime Minister.
Mr Marles, I invite you to take and subscribe the oath of office as Minister for Employment.
I, Richard Donald Marles, do swear that I will well and truly serve the Commonwealth of Australia, her land and her people in the office of Minister for Employment, so help me God.
Senator the Honourable Penny Wong as Minister for Foreign Affairs.
Ms Wong, I invite you to take and subscribe the oath of office as Minister for Foreign Affairs.
I, Penelope Ying Yen Wong, do swear that I will well and truly serve the Commonwealth of Australia, her land and her people, in the office of Minister for Foreign Affairs. So help me God.
Dr Jim Chalmers MP to be sworn as Executive Councillor and as Treasurer.
Dr Chalmers, I invite you to take and subscribe the oath of office as an Executive Councillor.
I, James Edward Chalmers, being chosen and summoned by the Governor-General of the Commonwealth of Australia to be a member of the Federal Executive Council, do swear that I will, when required, advise the Governor-General or the person for the time being administering the government of the Commonwealth of Australia to the best of my judgment, consistently with the good government of the Commonwealth of Australia, and that I will not disclose the confidential deliberations of the Council. So help me God.
Dr Chalmers, I now invite you to take and subscribe the oath of office as Treasurer.
I, James Edward Chalmers, do swear that I will well and truly serve the Commonwealth of Australia, her land and her people, in the office of Treasurer. So help me God.
Senator Katie Gallagher, to be sworn as Executive Councillor and as Minister for Finance, Minister for Women and Attorney General.
I invite you to take and subscribe the affirmation of office as an Executive Councillor.
I, Catherine Ruth Gallagher, being chosen and summoned by the Governor-General of the Commonwealth of Australia to be the Vice President of the Federal Executive Council, do solemnly and sincerely affirm and declare that I will, when required, advise the Governor-General or the person for the time being administering the government of the Commonwealth of Australia to the best of my judgment and consistently with the good government of the Commonwealth of Australia, and that I will not disclose the confidential deliberations of the Council.
I invite you to take and subscribe the affirmation of office as Minister for Finance, Minister for Women and Attorney General.
I, Catherine Ruth Gallagher, do solemnly and sincerely affirm and declare that I will well and truly serve the Commonwealth of Australia, her land and her people in the offices of the Minister for Finance and the Minister for Women and Attorney General.
Your Excellency, that concludes the presentation of the Interim Ministry.
Prime Minister, Ministers, again, warmest congratulations. I now invite the Prime Minister and Ministers to join with the Governor-General on the State Entrance stairs for an official photograph, and for guests to join with Mrs Hurley in the dining room where refreshments will be served. Thank you.
And there with that, we have a new Prime Minister.
Great moment for him, great moment for his family, and you could see the excitement, the exuberance and a touch of the nerves as they wrestled with a pen there on the desk. But obviously they've got a lot on their plates. But it was nice to see just how excited they are and how nervous they were about what is in front of them, but also each individually for them to be sworn in the government there. It means a tremendous amount. There's a lot in front of them that they need to confront. There's a lot that they're going to have to do. But just to take that moment there, I think even on Friday, they wouldn't have thought maybe they're going to win. They certainly weren't taking it for granted, given what happened a few years ago. But today, the reality is that they are in government.
And that emotion that we're seeing from them this morning, so very real, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can see exactly how much this means to all of them. I mean, Richard Marles was here in the studio on Friday, and then he was so incredibly nervous as to how Saturday night was going to play out. They're now looking like they may very well get a majority and govern in their own right. But there you go, that team right there, there is a very big job on their hands, and it is a job that begins today. It begins today with Penny Wong and Anthony Albanese flying to Japan to meet with President Biden. And the other Quad leaders. I mean, can you think of another first day on the job that's been as big as that?
It's quite the transition. And also, even from when he left this morning, his house, he basically was leaving his old life behind him with the closing of that door. And now he moves into the biggest house in Australia in terms of power. And you know, you could see that he was nervous there, and that was nice to see.
It's nice.
He's got energy for it, and he said all along that he wants to serve, he's ready to serve, and now he gets the opportunity to do so.